Joel chapter 1. The word of the Lord pierced the silence. A thunderous whisper delivered to Joel, son of Pethuel. Hear this, you elders, it commanded, a voice heavy with urgency. Listen, all who dwell in this broken land. Has anything like this ever scarred your days, or the days of your fathers before you? Imagine the weight of those words sinking into their hearts. Elders trembling, their weathered faces etched with confusion and dread. Tell it to your children, the Lord urged. Let your children pass it to theirs, and their children to the generations yet unborn. This wasn't just a moment. It was a legacy of sorrow. What the locust swarm devoured, the great locusts finished. What they left, the young locusts stripped bare, and what remained, other locusts consumed. A relentless tide of destruction, leaving nothing but echoes of what once was. Can you feel the anguish? The land itself wept, its bounty stolen, its people staring at empty fields with hollow eyes. Wake up, you drunkards, and weep, the voice cried. Picture them, men and women staggering from their stupor, the bitter taste of wine turning to ash in their mouths. Wail, all you drinkers, for the new wine is torn from your lids. It wasn't just a crop lost, it was joy snatched away, a nation invaded by a mighty numberless army. Teeth like a lion, fangs like a lioness, they tore through the vines and fig trees, stripping bark, leaving branches ghostly white. The people mourned like a young bride draped in sackcloth, her betrothed stolen before the wedding night. Grief so deep it choked the air. Grain offerings and drink offerings vanished from the house of the Lord, and the priests, those keepers of sacred hope, stood in stunned mourning. The fields lay ruined, the ground cracked and thirsty, the grain gone, the new wine dried, the olive oil a memory. Farmers sank into despair, vine growers wailed, their hands trembling over barren stalks. The harvest was dead, and with it the heartbeat of the land. The vine withered, the fig tree drooped, the pomegranate, palm, and apple trees, all the life of the field shriveled into dust. Joy itself seemed to crumble, a fragile flower crushed underfoot. Put on sackcloth, you priests, the Lord demanded, and mourn, wail, you who stand before the altar. The call rang out, sharp with desperation. Spend the night in sackcloth, for the offerings are gone from your God's house. A holy fast was declared, a sacred gathering summoned. Elders and people, young and old, converged on the house of the Lord, their cries rising like smoke. Alas, for the day of the Lord loomed near, a shadow of destruction from the Almighty. Food vanished before their eyes. Joy and gladness fled the temple. Seeds shriveled under clods of earth. Storehouses stood empty. Granaries crumbled. Cattle moaned. Herds wandered aimlessly. Sheep suffered in silence. To you, Lord, I call, Joel pleaded, his voice raw with need. Fire had devoured the pastures. Flames consumed the trees, and even the wild animals panted, their desperate cries echoing through a land scorched and forsaken. Joel chapter 2. Blow the trumpet in Zion, the command roared. Sound the alarm on my holy hill. The earth trembled as the people froze, hearts pounding with fear. The day of the Lord was coming, close, inescapable. A day draped in darkness and gloom, clouds thick with menace. Across the mountains a mighty army spread like dawn, vast and unstoppable, unlike anything seen in ancient times or promised in ages to come. Fire devoured before them. Flames blazed behind, turning Eden's beauty into a desert waste. They looked like horses, galloping like cavalry, their noise a thunderous chariot, leaping over peaks. A crackling fire, swallowing stubble. Nations paled at the sight, every face drained of color. They charged like warriors, scaled walls like soldiers, marching in perfect, terrifying unity. They plunged through defenses, stormed cities, climbed into homes like thieves through windows. The earth quaked, the heavens shuddered, the sun and moon darkened, stars blinked out, and then the Lord's voice thundered, leading his countless mighty host. The day of the Lord was great, dreadful, unbearable. Who could stand? Even now, the Lord whispered, his tone softening, return to me with all your heart, with fasting, weeping, mourning. Rend your heart, not your garments. Imagine the flicker of hope in their eyes. He was gracious, compassionate, slow to anger, abounding in love. Who knows? They murmured. He might relent, leave a blessing behind. The trumpet sounded again in Zion. A fast declared, an assembly called. People gathered, elders, children, even nursing infants. Bridegrooms abandoning their wombs, brides their chambers. Priests wept between portico and altar, pleading, spare your people, Lord, don't let us be a mockery among nations. And the Lord, jealous for his land, took pity. I'm sending grain, new wine, oil, he promised, enough to fill you. Never again will you be scorned. The northern horde would be driven away, its stench rising from the barren land. Do not fear, Judah, he said. Rejoice. The pastures will green, the trees bear fruit, the rains fall faithful. The threshing floors would bring, vats overflow. I'll repay the years the locusts stole, he vowed. And the people's hearts swelled with fragile, trembling hope. You'll know I am your God, he declared, and never again will you be shamed. Joel chapter 3. In those days the Lord intoned, when I restore Judah and Jerusalem, I'll gather the nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Picture the scene, nations trembling as he judged them for scattering his people, dividing his land. What have you against me, Tyre, Sidon, Philistia? He challenged. You took my treasures, sold my people to the Greeks. Now I'll repay you swiftly. Their sons and daughters would be sold to Judah, their fate sealed. Prepare for war, he cried. Beat plowshares into swords, weaklings into warriors. The nations rallied, but in the valley of decision, the Lord sat enthroned. The harvest was ripe, the winepress full, their wickedness overflowing. Multitudes stood, breathless as the sun and moon darkened. Stars faded, the Lord roared from Zion, the earth and heavens trembling. Yet he was a refuge for his people. Jerusalem will be holy, he promised. Foreigners barred forever. Mountains would drip wine, hills flow with milk, a fountain springing from his house. Egypt and Edom would lie desolate, but Judah would endure, its innocent blood avenged. I dwell in Zion, he thundered, and the people lifted their faces, tears mingling with awe, hearts alight with unshakable faith.